Madam Guite, now would you like to respond to Dr. Seram Rojesh, who was speaking about the National Register of Citizens, and I had asked that the maximum demand from the civil society groups from the land area or the plain area is that there should be NRC. Is that a solution, madam?
Yes, I think NRC is feasible and one should go ahead with that in order to blame the kind of accusation in terms of illegal migration happening. So NRC is feasible and it should be done to end all these accusations. And in terms of citizens and illegal immigrants, there is an institutional mechanism like we have the NRC and the enforcement agency. So if we as a normal citizen are having evidence of illegal immigrations, and when we can pinpoint fingers at a particular community, then what is the state doing? What is the state doing? My question is, what is the state doing? What is the government doing? So, I would try to bring back to a broader view in terms of the northeastern region, and specifically now with the Manipur violence. I would like to say that the northeastern region has been endemic to ethnic classes because of the kind of ethnic composition which is occupying that region. So the present government, if we are talking about a plan for restoring normalcy and a plan to restore peace in the state, so the deliberation and discussion should be, besides setting up a CBI inquiry, we need that there has to be the non-state and the state agencies and how they can be put together and setting up a committee besides only the who is killing more or who is violating the ground rules and all this. Besides that, we have to have how committee to investigate how peace was disrupted, with proper evidence, and it has to be fast-tracked. Okay, not my point. It has to be fast-tracked, and all responsible officials, bureaucrats, and politicians should resign in order to restore trust and peace among the community, between both the communities. So this is
Are you saying, Madam Guite, that Manipur requires a new chief minister?
Manipur right now doesn't require the present chief minister.
Why do you think the present chief minister is not required, madam?
Because since the violence outbreak, it's been more than a month. And what is he doing to control the violence?
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Brijesh, do you think Dr. Biren Singh has failed?
I wouldn't say Dr. Biren Singh has failed, but I think yes, they should have responded with much more alacrity, and an impression should have gone from the government that it's a government of Manipur and not government of a particular community. And all these observations are based on the kind of discourse we have heard on our coverage of the last 1 month. The fact is that yes, and this is something which he himself has said, that that they failed to anticipate the intelligence and security failure, and failed to grapple the fact that the decision which was taken by the Manipur High Court would have this kind of devastating effect. It's not like as if this entire situation came into being just a fortnight or a couple of months ago. It was there. The simmering was always there, and given the kind of complex place Manipur is, he should have been better prepared, better warned. But it seems that there was a complete intelligence and security failure. And I think the government as of now has put his might, the central government as of now has put his might behind the chief minister. But the fact that it is now the center which is operating the levers of security as far as the state is concerned. And you know, if you talk to anybody who's either a Kuki or even a majority of Meitei people, you know, who have been talking for the last for month plus now, 30 days plus, you know, they were not very happy with the way the state administration has done. And if a good chunk of your population considers you to be a Meitei chief minister or chief minister of a particular tribe, then I don't think it does augur well for the chief minister and the image of the administration as far as Manipur is concerned.
Dr. Rajesh, do you agree with Brijesh?
I certainly agree on what he has said. And of course, on the 3rd May, when the Chochampur was, the villages of 11 villages was attacked, if the commandos or Assam Rifle or any security forces actually prevented, then, and if the security forces prevented in Chandel of More area, when all the Meitei houses were selectively targeted and burned, and if the Assam Rifles was watching, in fact, the Assam Rifles and commandos, so why they could not able to prevented these violence in those areas, but actually we also need to understand that on the 4th and the 3rd and the 4th, the establishment was completely collapsed, and they could not protect whether it's the Kukis or whether it's the Meitei family were being burned in both the Kuki-dominated area of 4th district and in the Imphal Meitei-dominated area in Imphal. So that is one. But from the 5th onward, the armies have been actually deployed. There are around 35,000 paramilitary forces have been deployed in Manipur. But from the 5th onward, the Home Minister is directly monitoring and directly actually looking after this affairs of Manipur. Then why in the last 1 month, why it has not been actually control the violence? Because this is not only the state government, but also the central government is also has a big responsibility, because from 5th onwards, the armies are involved. But unfortunately, on 11th, even in the Turbung area was not militarily dominated by the army. Even 4 Meitei youths were kidnapped by the Kuki militant in front of the BSF, Border Security Forces camp. Then what it says that where all these armed forces have gone. These armed forces should have actually deployed in all these sensitive areas, but that is not there. And the Kuki militant keep attacking all these villages, and then the chief of the army completely deny that there is involvement of militant. There is no sincerity from the government. I will not blame to the Kuki. I will not even blame to the Kuki militant, because this is for them a right opportunity for their dream land, Kuki land should come up. So that is why they don't want peace. They want attack, counter attack. They want attack at the night and creating fear among the population. But why the army chiefs are completely denying that there is an element of militancy, the armed militant involvement? So what if they are denying, then who will control this violence?
Madam Guite, I would like you to come here. Rojesh is saying that it is armed militant attacking the Meitei population. It is not a riot. Is it correct?
I don't think I am in that position to say is it correct or is it wrong, right, wrong. I think in war and in love, everything is fair in love and war, right? So, I mean, my point, what I want to make is, Rojesh, when there is a surprise visit check of the Sioux camps and there is 58% attendance of these Sioux members who are the ZRA, the UNF, the KNO, I mean, are you questioning the state that they did the checking and all the arms and ammunitions are there? Are you doubting the state that, they come up with a proper evidence that 58% attendance are there? And
yeah, I am.
Rojesh, let go. Madam Guite complete.
Okay,
Madam Guite.
Sorry.
Madam
Sorry,
Guite,
sorry.
please.
Please.
yes, I just wanted to question, like, when there is a monthly inspection happening on a regular basis, and day before yesterday itself there was this surprise check, and so the ground report reveals that that it was found that the ground rules is not violated, and there is 50% attendance in the camps and which is normal in view of the fact that they are entitled to apply leave of absence, especially for married men, women, and then sick leave. So, what I wanted to conclude here in terms of bringing about peace talk and in terms of stopping the violence, that should be the first things. So here is an allegation of saying that the armed forces are siding the Kuki militants, and the other party is saying that it is a Meitei government, it is not a Manipur government. All the arms and ammunitions of the state are used by the Meitei terrorists, and they are controlling the government, they manipulate, they twist the reality, including the discourse on land and identity, the narratives of blaming the Zou Kuki tribes as a perpetrators. See, for here, when we talk about perpetrators and victims, it's very easy for a perpetrator to talk about peace. But when you see that innocent women, innocent children, innocent people are dying, people who doesn't know even the S of Su or the S of separate administration, those are the people who are dying. So we know the ground reality. Therefore, it is beyond doubt that we cannot be governed together again under one administration. That's my point. And the chief minister is the main culprit, and he's the person behind the kind of hate campaign politics which he has been doing for the term of 2 years. He has been ruling the state. And during his entire rule in the state, all this kind of, the drug menace and then the illegal whatever cultivation happening, and the state enforcing agency going to the cultivation site, destroying, but at the same time you have the kingpin sitting as a cabinet ministers, So as a head of the state, I feel that he failed, but he is still in the office, though 1 month has passed since the violence started. So one can beyond doubt conclude that he is hand in gloves with the Meitei terrorists. Now, one more point I want to make when it comes to discrimination towards the scheduled tribe. When you look at the budget allocation, if you see the budget allocation of 2017 to 21, the Manipur government budget allocation was 21,900 crore, but only 419 crores were allocated to Hill District, which is only 4%. And here another issue which was in this violence was the demand of ST status by the Meiteis and the opposition of this demand by the Zou Kuki tribes, or let's say the larger tribal group, including the Naga tribes, right? So the Meiteis have this privilege of positive discrimination as other backward classes, as a scheduled caste, and as an economically weaker sections. And still, wants are unlimited, I believe. So now they are demanding the scheduled tribe status. Therefore, it is pertinent to note that under the Indian Constitution, a single community cannot be given 100% reservation under affirmative actions. So this kind of, just making a loud statement of blaming the other community towards the other community, and when you have evidence and strong evidence, and when it comes to killings and number of casualties which is happening, I just want to question that, is there any casualties happening in the hill areas? Casualties, everything are happening in the Imphal Valley and in the bordering the valleys and the hill regions. So one thing is very clear, that I believe that the Zomi Kuki tribe will not leave and settle in Imphal Valley anymore after this kind of violence, insult, abuse, torture, and humiliation, rape, and all kind of barbaric violence happening with them, and vice versa for the Meitei. So this is what I can say when you have to talk about peace and restoring normalcy. Now the state and the non-state agencies, people has to be engaged, and a separate administration within the state has to be given.